Welcome everyone. My name is Angela and I'm the hospice administrator here. Thank you for joining us today as we take time to remember those we have lost during a time that has made grieving all the more complicated. Many of the ways we have traditionally mourned and connected have changed. We acknowledge this and hope that this service will provide some comfort despite the challenging times. It has been our honor to share in your loved one's journey. We have cared deeply for your loved ones and our hearts grieve with yours. Jewish healthcare is rooted in the rich traditions of the Jewish people. For this reason, some of this service will reflect these traditions. Loss and love are universal, and we've included songs and readings from other spiritual and faith traditions. These times have been difficult, and although we are physically distant, together we remember those lost and connect on a deeper and more spiritual level. We are honored to share this time of remembrance with you today. It is our sincere hope that these words and music bring some comfort and peace.
When we come together for healing, we come from different experiences and with different needs. When we come together for healing, we share ourselves with one another, and that is the greatest gift of all. While we leave the healing time and space with the same issues we brought with us, ironically,
recording in progress,
our own burdens seem lighter when bound together with those of others. When we come together in this time of pandemic, we have been constrained from physically reaching out. We must learn to share this virtual space. May it still be the space for healing that we so need. When we come together for healing, we become the tools, the source of support, encouragement, and hope for one another and for ourselves. Today, we recall Rose Alexanian, Virginia Atwood, Nancy Aucoin, Margaret Auger, Harvey Bashand, Benny Balin, Eugene Baldy, Elizabeth Barrett, Mary Beddick, Alita Black, Blanche Blackburn, Elaine Bork, Georgiana Bronscombe, Marilyn Bresnahan Dunn, Philip Bucieri, Richard Biniski, Richard Buzel, Mary Carroll, Helene Chevret, Elizabeth Christensen, John Chumsey, Gloria Sici, Charles Clayton, Maureen Coakley, Leonard Cunningham Sr., Judith Dean, James Dimitri, Claudette Dion, Roberta Duker, Mark Dolmain, Joan Dundorf, Marie Dupuy, Richard Durenberger, Shirley Edinburgh, Ronnie Engstrand, Shirley Flagger, Thomas Flahive, Therese Flamand, Donald Foss, Georgia Gage, Cecilia Gallagher, Gilbert Gannon Jr., Leonarda Garcia, Edith Garneau, Doris Gass, Giulio Giassi, Joanne Gillen, George Gotts, Nusrat Golsharazian, Nancy Grant, Morty Grossman, Ann Hackett, Carl Hafstrom, Charles Hannington, Joseph Harrington, Diane Harity, Judy Hendelman, Robert Hawkinson, Donald Holmes, Joe Huang, Kenneth Hutchins, Mary Jacobson, Richard Jure, Helene Jussom, Richard Karsberg, Bill Casper, Mary Kelly, Henry Gobke, Rose Kubasian, Michael Cotel, Joanne LaFleur, Bernadette LaJoy, Ronald Lamb, Warren Lane, Lucille Ledoux, Marguerite Mahoney, Muriel Manceau, Arthur Marcin, Lucille Martel, Rocco Martinelli, Roberta Mater, Elia McCormick, Marguerite McGordy, James Maher Jr., Margaret Moore, John Morrissey, Harold Mullaney, Roderick Myers, Bertram Nicholas, Catherine Nickerson, Conchetta Noponen, Charlotte Norton, Ralph Nuzetti, Sally O'Day, Alan Olson, Helene Ostro, John Pantauzis, Mario Papali, Virginia Pellegrino, Norma Peters, Vincent Picarello, Leonard Provençal, Martha Rassicott, Elo Riska, Ronald Robinson, Barbara Rollins, Virginia Ross, Donald Rubel, Ronald Senegal, Mary Chamoyan, Helen Shaw, William Segalis, Lillian Smith, Gregory Smith, Paul Solomon, Betty Starrock, Kenneth Sundquist, Teresa Tursa, Charlene Thurlow, Arthur Tomasetta, Frank Toto, Timothy Turner, Albert Vizina, Edward Vroman, Ronald Waite, Robert Warfield, Doris Warren, Marilyn Wassmer, Edward White, Irene White, Barbara Witowski, and Pearl Zimmerman. Sorry, I'm not very good in spirit in virtual space. I'll continue with the traditional Jewish memorial prayer. El male rachamim shalchen bamromim, hamitzei menucha nechona tachat kanfei hashchina, be'amalot kidoshim utehorim kezohar harakia mazhirim, lenishmot yakirenu v'kidoshenu shehalchu la'olamam. Ana ba'al harachamim hasterem betzel kenafecha la'olamim, vitzror betzror hachayim et nishmatam. Adonai hu nachalatam, vayanuchu b'shalom al mishkavam, v'nomar Amen. God, filled with mercy, dwelling in the heavens' heights, bring proper rest beneath the wings of your most imminent presence, amid the ranks of the holy and the pure, who illuminate the heavens, to the souls of our beloved and holy ones, who went to their eternal place of rest. May you, who are the source of mercy, shelter them in the shadow of your wings eternally, and bind their souls among the living. The Lord is their inheritance. May they rest in peace. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen. As we together remember those we love and those we are missing, please join me in this responsive reading. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring,
We remember them.
in the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer,
We remember them.
in the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength,
We
remember them. When we are lost and sick of heart, we remember them. When we have joys and special celebrations we yearn to share,
We
remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are part of us. We remember them. Is it the wind over my shoulder? Is it the wind that I hear gently whispering, are you alone? There in the valley, no, not alone, for you walk with me. Is it the wind there over my shoulder? Is it your voice calling quietly over the hilltops, down in the valley? Never alone, for you walk with me. When evening falls and the air gets colder, when shadows cover the road I am wandering, will I be alone? There in the darkness, no, not alone, not alone, and I'll never be, never alone, for you walk with me. Is it the wind there over
never alone, for you walk with me.
I would like to offer some closing words. This is a reading from Thich Nhat Hanh from the Buddhist tradition. This body is not me. I am not caught in this body. I am life without boundary. I have never been born and I will never die. Look out at the ocean and the sky filled with stars. Look out at all my friends and descendants. All are manifestations of my wondrous mind. Since before time I have been free. Birth and death are only doors through which we pass. Sacred thresholds in our journey. Birth and death are a hide-and-seek game. So laugh with me, hold my hand. Let us say goodbye. Say goodbye till we meet again. We meet today, we shall meet tomorrow. We will meet in the forms, all the forms of life.
This reading is by Richard Fife. Memory can tell us only what we were in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find out what each of us alone was now become. Yet, no person is really alone. Those who live no more still echo within our thoughts and words, and what they did has become woven into what we are. We do best homage to those who have died when we live our lives fully, even in the shadow of our loss. So, when they are gone, they are with us, moving us to live as, in their higher moments, they themselves wish to live. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. We are now going to transition to a pre-recorded video of a ceremony that was performed in our rock garden. Rabbi will explain that further in the video. When we get to do this in person, we get to share with family members in this tradition, but know that we did honor them earlier in the week.
We're now in front of the memorial garden behind Jewish Healthcare Center, where for the last now almost 10 years, we've been placing the stones that we gather each week when the team meets, and we recall those we've lost that week. Pass a stone from each of the team members, keep them aside, and then each time we do this service, we place them in the garden. Today, we're surrounded by the colors of early fall, and we bring the memories of those we've lost in a setting where the brilliant colors are really a flash before the loss that will be the end of these leaves to then start anew in the spring. In the same way, we hold these memories and carry them forward, hopefully for ourselves to start anew and continue with those things that have been left to us from those we remember. We'll now place those stones that we've gathered in our garden.
Somewhere up there not like let drops away above the chimney tops. It's where